Good afternoon, guys. Jordan here with the Nutty Gnome Homestead. It is the middle of November 2023 and it is starting to get cold outside. I believe today is the last warm day we're going to have. It's supposed to be 67 degrees today. It's supposed to gradually get cooler the rest of the week. This time of year, it is very important that you have your bees prepared and ready to go into winter. If you have not treated for mites, you will most likely lose your hive. If you've not made sure they got enough feed, you could also lose their hive as well. They'll starve to death. So by feeding the sugar syrup and treating for the mites, which we did back in early October, into September, beginning of October, I guess, we made sure that we had knocked our mites down, made sure that our hives are nice and fed up. Each one of these hives should weigh somewhere around 90 to 120 pounds going into winter. If they're not, go ahead and feed them. You're not going to hurt them. Now, what we have done is these boxes here, as you guys can see, they're 3-4 boxes high. I've got liquid feeders in there. That's why these boxes are so high. I don't want to keep them like this. It's a good way to get small hive beetles to take over a hive. We're going to knock these boxes down today, and we're going to reduce the height of these hives as well. So what we have done, like I said, we have built some shims. Now, just looks like a picture frame. This is nothing major to build. Anybody can do this, guys. Two pieces that are about 20 inches long. The two short pieces are about 14 5/8 if I remember off the top of my head. I don't have a tape measure with me. Staple them together, nail them together, screw them together, do whatever you have to do. Normally I try to get these painted, but I didn't get around to it. They will be fine until spring. That's not a problem, guys. One of these takes just a couple of minutes to build, and they'll last you about a decade if you take care of them. So make you a couple of shims. This is what's going to give you the room to put your feed in, and you can also turn these into your quilt box. This is a 1x3 furring strip that you use for putting up ceiling tiles, for putting stuff on the walls, drywall. You can find them at Home Depot, Lowe's, Menards, anywhere. They're real cheap. 1x3 furring strips, couple of 1.5 long brad nails. These things go together. They're nice and strong. Guys, I could step on this. It's not going to go anywhere. I built 12 of these. 6 of them are going to be used for shims for feeders. And then I made what we call a quilt box. I took 6 of these shims and I put 1/2-inch hardware cloth on the bottom. What this does is it allows the bees to get through if they need to, but it gives me a way to put either burlap, or I prefer to use pine shavings in here to put on top of our hives. That way so it can draw out the moisture. Moisture is a big killer of beehives in the winter. Here in Zone 6B, we can oftentimes get nice weather all the way through December and into January. Our bees will run through all of their feed. February and March it'll get blistering cold, and it will lose our bees. Not because they ran out of all their food, which could happen if you don't have them fed up the way they need to be, but because of moisture. When it gets 70 degrees during the day, upper 20s, low 30s at night, it creates condensation inside of these hives. If you do not have a way for that hive to be ventilated, you got to have a way to absorb that moisture. A lot of these hives are not airtight. They do provide some ventilation. However, I like to wrap my hives in the midwinter. That way so it can draw in a little extra heat from the sun. So if you wrap your hive, you're going to lose your ventilation, so this is a fail-safe for keeping the moisture out. The pine shavings that we use, you can get them at your Tractor Supply, Farm Supply, Rural King, just about any of those farm and garden stores will have wood shavings. I use the medium wood shavings. That's what they have. We use those for our chickens. It does great. Everybody should have a couple of bales of these on hand. We also use this pine shavings in our smoker for whenever we work our bees. So let me take you guys down here and I'll show you some of what we're going to be doing today before we get started. Okay, so I like to be organized before we get started. Now this looks like it's a complete chaos, but there is a method to my madness. As you guys can see, we have our bale of pine shavings, and these are pretty coarse pine shavings. Here's a typical one, 1.5 to 2-inch long piece of pine shaving. What we will do is we'll fill all of these quilt boxes up with pine shavings. That'll go over top of our shim that we have our dry sugar in. The dry sugar is going to go on top of the frames, on top of, you guessed it, just a circular from your local grocery store. So if you look over here, it's about 67 degrees today. These bees, they're active. They're trying to get the last little bit of what they can. I actually found some fresh bloomed goldenrod today, so that's a bonus. I know the bees have already found it because I've seen it on them a couple of times. So like I was saying, a lot of these hives have 2 extra boxes or an extra box. We're going to check and see if they went through all of their sugar syrup that we gave them, 2-to-1 sugar syrup for the winter. And we're going to make sure that we knock these hives down to where they got less room to patrol, which is going to cause a lot fewer issues for you in the future. Small hive beetles can quickly overtake a hive, and if you don't do something about it early by reducing the amount of space that the bees have to patrol, they can take over the hive, and the hive will leave. Essentially, you'll lose them. So I'm going to go ahead and get some things prepared here, and I will show you what we're going to do. Now, like I said, I like to get everything prepared before I start, that way so I don't have to stop and start all the time. Sometimes these bees can get a little aggressive. This time of year, we're just going to take our pine shavings and fill up some of these quilt boxes. Now, like I said, preparation makes this a lot easier. So I went on ahead and pre-cut my sheets of paper that I'm going to put my dry sugar on. And I'm going to put these together in reverse. That way so I can put one at each hive, just like this. That way so whenever I get to that hive, I don't have to go looking for anything. So we'll get to that. Okay guys, so as you can see, just a couple minutes of prep work and I am ready to get into these hives. We have 6 quilt boxes and 6 shims prepared and ready to go on top of each one of these hives to get them ready for winter. So I'm going to try to keep these videos short. I'm going to break this up into 2 parts. Getting everything prepared and ready to go is going to be the first part. Like I said, whenever you build these shims and these quilt boxes, I don't know how many of these 1x3s I had that I was using, but 20-inch long sides by, I believe it's 14 5/8 for the short sides. Nail them together. And they fit on top of these hives just fine. And like I said, these will last you about a decade if you take care of them. Make sure you got plenty of sugar. I'm going to put about 15 pounds of sugar on each one of these hives going into winter. Like I said, we've already fed these 6 hives about 200 pounds of sugar syrup over the last month. So, and the bees are starting to get a little more active. So we're going to go ahead and get these guys taken care of before the weather starts changing on us. So you guys stay tuned. Till next time, I'd appreciate it if you would like, share, and subscribe. If you guys have any questions or comments about preparing to get your hives ready for winter or your bees in general, please feel free to just shoot us a message down below or contact us over on Nutty Gnome Homestead on Facebook. Until next time, get out there and get your bees prepared. It's a lot easier to get them to survive winter than it is to start from scratch in the spring.